How's it going? Welcome aboard. It is I, TJ Tarai Jack, your boy, and we are talking here about real estate, and we do this. This is all about property, and we do this every day. We come out to you Monday to Friday, and we talk about property from a rental perspective because we love the passive income. And if you don't know that you can get passive income from real estate, where have you been? Where have you been? This thing has been happening for years and years. Potentially, you could be paying, or you have paid off actually someone's bond and creating actually passive income for someone else. But hey, that's not what we're here to talk about. You know, the pains. We're here to talk about the joys of it. And if you don't know how to do this, we've got a school that's called the M5 Property Varsity, and in there you can learn how to do this. We'll talk about it in a little bit later. But good morning. Today it is a Wednesday, and Wednesday we talk Wednesday partnerships. So from wherever you are watching us from, good morning. It is a chilly Wednesday. I think wherever you are right now in South Africa, it is pretty cold, isn't it? So let me know in the comments where you are watching me from. I generally enjoy to know and see where you are from. And yeah, right. So let's get into the crust of things. Thank you for those of you who came through into the investor session last night and joining in the great cause that we are on now. The mission that we are on, and that mission is to have a fundraising of a big pocket of money. And anyone can join in there with a contribution, minimum contribution of 100,000, and you can literally be part of the partnerships. And we are going to be buying these big blocks of buildings, complexes, and things like that. And thank you for those of you that came through to the session. And yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to be involved if you are? If the investment is going to be nothing less, or should I say targeted returns of 15% year on year, yeah, if I also had my own 100,000, I would definitely be in there. But I want us to speak about today, which is Wednesday. By the way, if you're one of those people, you say, hey, I've got 100,000 and my 100,000 is not yet there, TJ, what can I do? On the comments, drop in your comments in there. And not drop your comments. There is a link, and that link says calling all investors, and you can literally register there. From the registration, we will definitely give you a call, and out of that you need to attend the information session. And by you obviously filling in the registration, just that's just for you to come in. There is still an application form together to see that, can we work with you? Can we work with you? This is not just about money. The mission is greater than money. So yeah, so that's the first thing. So thank you to those that pitched up yesterday, and I've seen some applications that came through, and based on the criteria there, I am sure that some of you'll be getting some calls and emails from our offices today. Right, Wednesday partnerships, let's jump into it. What are we talking about today? Today the question is, which sex partner is better to partner with? Between a man and a woman, right? Between a man and a woman, which sex partner is better to partner with? And that's the question. And this question, actually, it's a very serious question. And I think I get this question almost once every month. And I want to stress the fact that from our side, from M5 Property Addicts, yeah, this has been an interesting journey. And for us, it has never been about sex. Actually, it has never been about sex. And I want to come to a serious point here, even though a lot of people have asked me this question. TJ, I see you got several partners. By the way, we talk about partnerships Wednesday, and on a Wednesday like this one, and we tackle any topic. And if you've got a comment, a topic that you would like to discuss specifically on the partnerships, then drop me your comments in there, and we'll be able to attack those in the next sessions to come, or even now I can do that as I come to an end. But which sex partner, let's dissect it a little bit, unpack it a little bit. Which sex partner is better to partner up? A female or male? Female or male? Right, that's the question here. And I looked at this question. For some of you who don't know me, my name is Taurai Jack, and I am your CEO, your captain of the company there, M5 Property Addicts. We've got a business, and that business we look after and on just over 200 tenants now across the 4 cities, now going to be 5 cities that we work into. Yeah, we're expanding in COVID. We're expanding, whoop, whoop, yeah. And out of that, we've got an additional 350, but I've not done this on my own. I've done it with partners. And with my learnings of being in partnerships with other people is what obviously I bring to the table. And this is all for in the idea that you do not fall into the pitfalls of some of the things that I've seen or have experienced. And out of it, you can literally copy and paste, apply it to make your business grow bigger and bigger. We do this every day, but obviously we tackle it in a different topic every day. On a Friday, if you do have any questions, you can ask any of those questions between now and Thursday. And Friday, I dedicate Friday to answering your questions. And again, we'll be live here. But before I do that, let's jump onto the important thing, which is the topic for today. In my business, in my core business, I've got my what I call the winning team. So for every success, you need a success team. For every success, you need a success team. Something that you can tweet there. Né? Yeah. Hashtag, for every success, you need a success team. So for every win, you need a winning team. So what does that mean? In my team, I've got, and I want to stress out this, right? I've got Hubert, he's a male. Daniel, he's a male. Myself, okay, I'm male, obviously. Yeah, you can see the goatee, right? And I've got Elise, she's a lady. Rita, she's a lady. And on top of that, Slee, she's a lady, right? Almost like a balance, right? And why did we go that way? Why did we go that way? When we were starting off, yes, it was intentional. It was very much intentional. But I want to stress the fact that the fundamentals of you looking for a partner, it should never be about sex. Yeah, it should never be about sex. That's my opinion, my honest opinion. The fundamentals of you looking for a partner should be the following. Number one, I'm of the view that it should be about skill, value, right? Skill. What kind of skill do they have that you don't have, right? Bearing in mind, what kind of skill do they have that you don't have? That's number one. What kind of value are they bringing in that you don't have, right? And bearing in mind here, I am saying don't have, because I'm of the view that if you're going to partner up with someone else, why would you want to partner up with someone who is like you? So then that means that in that camp, there's competition of what you can do, and the things that you cannot do, then nobody can do it. So if you look into my core team, into my success team, you can see there, I am no builder. I don't know how to do developments. I don't do it. Right, the intricacies of it, I don't do it. Hubert and Daniel, they are the experts in that area. So I find opportunities and I see them. I think like, oh, we can do a development here, and immediately I get the ball. It's like business is almost like a sport team. It's like sports. I almost say like it's almost like rugby. So look at the ball of rugby as the goal. So I go out there and I get the property. And from there, it's an opportunity. I pass it on immediately into Hubert's space. And Hubert says, yeah, TJ, this is a good deal, right? And he crunches in some numbers in there. And then together with Daniel, and then the third, or should I say the third and the fourth person now, is obviously they'll put some numbers and we will say, okay, is this profitable? Is this profitable? Can we do it? We've got a CFO, the person who crunches numbers on our team, interrogates them. It doesn't mean that all of us don't know how to do numbers, But I'm talking here from an in-depth perspective, looking at with that eye that is skilled. And Rita, she's the one who jumps in and she will look at, but what about this? But what about this? But what about this? All right. And it makes sense. So now all of a sudden, you got a second eye. So the ball again has been passed on to someone else. Now, whilst you are still there, then we say, okay, fine, how best do we put an offer to purchase on here? What kind of a contract do we want to go in here? And is it complicated? Is it easy? And Elise, this is where she comes in. So we pass the ball again to Elise. And Elise, then she looks at it like, no, this is an easy contract. We can do this. Oh, no, this is an easy deal. We don't need to complicate things here. This is the way we can do it. Did you know there's an installment sale? Did you know there's a this? Did you know there's a this? So she tells us all of the available contracts that are there. So we explore them. So from that on, you see that having a team or being in a team with like-minded people, it's nothing to do with sex here. You have literally seen that. Everyone is bringing in a skill and they are bringing in the value, and we're extracting that whilst the goal of the property is moving from one hand to the next. Right. I don't know what comes in first when we are doing building. Right. I don't know that, but I get guidance from Hubert. Right. Because that's his skill. That's the value that is bringing onto the table. Right. I don't know how to engage with the banks. Right. When you're talking about development, but Hubert knows that. Once the property is now up and running, by the way, I forgot Bevan earlier on when I was talking. And so, by the way, when the property now is running, I've got another business partner, Bevan. So now that's the livelihood. And this is the most, in my view, Bevan is the most crucial person in my business because he looks after the assets for the longest time. So he's in the business much longer. He manages the properties every day. He manages the tenants every day. He makes sure that the returns that we're thinking we're going to get, we are getting them by obviously responding to the tenants faster, by collecting the monies, by doing all of those things. He's our property manager. So for me, it's easier, yes, to go out and get the deal, but the person who's going to look after this. So by the way, the ball now is passed on onto Bevan and his team, and Bevan goes in and do a touchdown, boom, and hopefully we'll still making some money on that project. Can you see that it's got nothing to do with sex? It's got nothing to do with sex. It all has to do with skill. Yes, the S is the same from the sex, but it's different now, right? It's skill, not sex, right? So skill plays a pivotal role. Value plays a pivotal role. They might have the skill, but they might not be bringing the value onto the table. So what do you do at that time? It's a video for another day when your partner is not performing. But I want to stress the fact that it's not just about skill and value. And I think this is where it gets a little bit closer to sex now, because when we are talking about that, we are saying here, when you're going into partnerships, I always say to people, start by dating before you actually get married. So start with a small project, right? Yeah, remember we're talking about which partner which sex partner is better. So start dating. What do I mean by dating? Start with a small project where you are not affiliated, where it's very clear you are putting in 1 rand, I'm putting in 30 rand, and out of that we're going into a deal, and from there you are going to get 1 rand. So it's non-committal. The commitment is not huge. See how people behave when things go wrong. See how people behave when there is money, right? Some people change when there is money now. I've seen that. Well, is it because there is money? No, it was always there. It was always there, but it was just hidden. So from that perspective now, you have these people now where their behaviors is now changing because either you're in the down or either you're in the up. Is that the partner that you want? Do you want a partner who is, when things are going extremely wrong, they are supportive, they are sticking to the goal, they are helping in solving the solution, they are highlighting the problems, how can we do it better? That's the partner that I want, irrespective of whether they are female or male. Okay. Are they going to, when they get stressed, are they going to run away and be like a ostrich? They are not picking up their calls, they are nowhere to be found, and the problem is there. Once the problem is solved, hey, I'm back. Do you want a partner like that? Well, the answer is you might say yes, but you need to be prepared that you're going to be running the ship on your own when tough times comes. And by the way, tough times comes, and I am fortunate that I do speak to you guys about the good and the bad. So I want to stress the fact that there's always going to be tough times ahead in the real estate. There is tough times. We are going through some of those tough times now, which is also an opportunity for us, or for the clever ones that are wanting to see the unfair advantage that we can push. Right. I'm hoping that this has made a little bit of sense for you. And I just want to jump into the comments there. I see Donovan says, hey, Donovan, how's it going? Good to see you. Hey, TJ, I bought a residential property for 5 years now. I want to leverage on that to buy our first investment property. But at the moment, I do not have formal job anymore to take out equity. What's your advice? All right. So that's a tricky one there, especially if you don't have any employment, because generally, if you have to go and leverage, the bank is always going to look at you. I think a couple of things here that can be done, Donovan. The first one is that, where is that first property, the one that you are on? So I'm going to answer it in general without knowing too much intricates into your circumstances. Yeah, I'm assuming that if this was in a company, yeah, there could be some boutique banks that you can go to, and they could put in a covering bond so that they could give you some money. But they would obviously want to look at the next project to see whether that project is a viable project. Okay. In the residential property that you bought, I'm hoping that it is for investment and it's not the one that you are staying in. So that formula would work, right? If it was in a company. If it is not in a company, then might be a little bit tricky there. You might want to go the private funding route. So you could get some private investors on board if you've got that equity, but obviously that money could be a little bit more expensive. So the reality is you need to knock on a few doors and get some people to invest in the second project that you want to get to, and utilize the first property that you've got as collateral. That's what you're trying to do there in a nutshell. I'm hoping that that has helped you a lot, Donovan. Hey, yeah, it's been great hanging out with you on the fly. We had to answer Donovan there. I normally don't do that, but, well, he asked the question and we can answer that. But maybe we can also tackle it a little bit more on Friday. But we do have some other questions planned for Friday as well that has come through. But we will jump into that. My name is Tarai Jack, and it's been great hanging out with you guys. And let's chat again maybe tomorrow. Again on Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow will be Thursday. So it's Thursday Legacy. And we'll be talking Thursday Legacy. It's been great hanging out with you guys. God bless and goodbye. Cheers.